Alright, so guys, for this assignment, you're taking each of these little x values here and you're plugging it into the function. So you're going to replace the x here with whatever the x value you're dealing with. So on this first one, you're going to have f of 1 is going to equal to 3 times 1 minus 2. And when you do that, you're going to get 1, because you just have 3 minus 2, which is 1. So your total point is that x value and then the function value that goes with it. So you got the point 1, 1. And then here you got f of 2 equals 3 times 2 minus 2, which is 6 minus 2, which is 4. So you got the point 2, 4. Okay? The x value and then the function value you get after you've plugged it in. That makes a point. And then you'll plot all those points on the graph. This one's already got -1 minus -5, 0, -2. We just got to put on 1, 1. And then the point 2, 4, which is this. And so we got all our points. And that's really all you have to do. You might be tempted just to, draw the line. You can if you want. It doesn't say to sketch like the curve or the line. It just says to graph the coordinate points. So you don't have to draw the line. On 2, again, take x value. It goes in right there. Don't let the fraction freak you out. So when you're plugging in -2, you're going to put it right where x is. So you get -2, add 1. Okay? If you're really struggling, use a calculator. But this part here, when you're multiplying fractions, remember, multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. -2 is -2 over 1, so across the top there, -2 times -2 gives you positive 4. 1 times 3 is 3. And then we have the plus 1 feature. 4/3 plus 1 is 1 4/3, but 4/3 is kind of like 1 1/3 anyway, so you got 1 1/3 plus 1 gives you 2 1/3, 2 1/3, which is the same thing as 7/3. Okay, remember, 1 is the same thing as like 3 over 3 or 4 over 4, so on and so forth. Okay, so here you're going to have 7/3, and then plug in -1 here. Hold on, let me fix that real quick. Okay, this should say -1 because that's, -2 because that's what I plugged in. Okay, so here I'm going to plug in -1 into my function. You're going to replace it there. Still got to add 1. So you got 2/3 plus 1, which is 1 2/3, which is the same thing as, sorry, I got a stuffy nose, that's the same thing as 5/3, so you're going to have 5/3 here. Whoops, I'm putting all those in the wrong spot, equals 5/3, and then this part's got equal to 7/3. And so when you're writing the point here, you're going to write down -2, 7/3. And then you write the point here, you got -1, 5/3. Alright, so once again, guys, you're just taking the numbers and plugging it into your function. So you'll have f of 0 here. You got -2/3 times 0, which is 0, and then you add the 1, so that's just going to be 1. So here you're going to have 1. So altogether your point is 0.01. Next you'll plug in 1, so f of 1 is going to be -2/3 times 1. And then you still have the plus 1 there at the end. -2/3 plus 1 is 1/3. So that's going to be 1/3. And then you'll have the point 1, 1/3. And then your last one here is f of 2. Plug that in. You got -2/3 times 2 plus 1 is going to get you negative 4/3 plus 1, which is negative 1/3. So you got negative 1/3 there. So you got the point 2, negative 1/3 to finish this off. And now plot the points, which is negative 2 7/3, which is about there. And then you got negative 1 5/3, which is about there. And then you got a point 0 1, which is there, obviously. And then the point 1 1/3, which is kind of in the middle there. And then the point 2 negative 1/3, which is down there. And now we got our points. You can probably draw the line that goes with it, but you don't have to. Okay, so your point graph looks like that.